picking it. I was just watching a video from 1901. Yeah. Did I get the first view on this? What was I watching? This one right here. Simonez du public domain. Got the first view. 1901 unidentified Mitchell and Canyon films. I got the first view. Second like. I'm watching cool shit. Get into this fish lunch. Sunday fish lunch. Salmon. Smoking with my coffee. You got Dory. I'm eating. It's not Dory. Dory. This. Where's my thing? I need the thing. So what's up? I told everybody about my dad, now they left. Good, whatever. This is what I told them before that. I said, don't research me. I got all the research on me completed. I need help learning who my dad was. It just sounds crazy in 2025. What's up? It's 1 minute until my radio's gonna yell at me. Coffee's up to here. My lunch hat. Here's what I need to know. No Serbia Albania score. I did look at the crowd introductions to Serbia and Albania. Dodgers win. grew up in Los Angeles. I didn't want to be surrounded by those people. Fuck that. They drove me to the ocean. I'm in San Francisco. My Port Arthur. This is my Port Arthur. We will. This is my Stalingrad. Okay. Them San Francisco, whatever they want to call it, insurrection in LA. Well, they lost, bro. They lost. They're in the wrong neighborhood. That's a diversionary tactic. Go to a gotta click off this one. Fish is good for me. The only reason I eat it. Does Dory want to bite it? Nom, 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 nom. Watching a lot of people play Mario Kart. The next bite is the center of the fish. Center of the fish. Fish is not getting on my fork. Come on. Come on, fish. That's the center of the fish. Vibing out with San Francisco. We process Filipino Americans into the system. Everybody has been processed in LA. They're all those people. I wonder if anybody's played so much Mario Kart that they died. It's not that good. There's not much going on a Sunday, June 8th. And one basketball game tonight. No wrestling. Aaron Rodgers isn't in camp. I mean, there's a lot going on tomorrow. That Mario Kart had so much content. It was I've seen everything pretty much in less than a day. One day's worth of content. That's why it's $80. People complain that this is the preseason mode and there's too many people in the lobby because the ranked game is only going to have 20. But people are playing with 24. It's bad. And the strategies in Mario Kart, to me, just keep 20 coins. That might be hard. You know, if you're losing on the fun, if you get screwed going for the finish line, it's probably because you didn't have 20 coins and you're trying to finish the race with like 9 coins. So, I got I was watching Serbia and Albania introductions. I mean, they're just giving each other the finger. The only reason the fans go to the game is so they can protest across the field at each other. Okay. Only a few NFL teams have to be separated, and there's only a few stadiums that are not safe for opposing fans. Like, there's no daycare, or if you play in Pittsburgh, leave your family at home because it's not safe. You know, you have to understand what group of people, including where Aaron Rodgers is going. Aaron is going to play in Pittsburgh for the people of Pittsburgh. Those tickets are not for sale. You get it? They ain't raising the price. And all those people who think they're going to eight home games, fuck them. They're the reason why we can't have instant replay in Pittsburgh. Because the plantation fans of Pennsylvania, they all plantation. The Freemason. Hey, guess who's quarterback? Mason Rudolph. Because he better fucking play. Who do you think those Masons want to watch? They want to watch Mason Rudolph. Not Aaron Rodgers. But the Packers are known as Masons, basically. You know, they just put the ritual out in front of us. I got Aaron Rodgers starting on week 6 because he doesn't need to play 20 games. And statistically, he's not 4,000 yards, give or take, isn't going to change his rankings. He only needs to have a 3,000 yard season. He's not playing in the preseason. I don't even see how much money he got. That's the real thing. We're waiting to see what a man is worth. They said he could take as low as $10 million. That's basically what like Andy Dalton is. I bet you Andy get $15 million. I bet you Aaron takes less than Andy. Guess what? The Steelers play Andy Dalton next. Steelers schedule. No, they play the Jags, then the Bucks, then the Panthers. Week 3 of the preseason, Aaron Rodgers versus Andy Dalton. I get what I want. And you think Andy's going to be off the team before week 1? Come on. Now, maybe he's out of the league by the end of the season. But Dalton has never been cut. Did the Bears kind of get rid of him? Did he finish on the Bears? I found that fish delicious. Now I can finish it after my body has decided more of the fish, more fish now. People are acting like the last WWF pay-per-view didn't happen. I mean, that when worlds collide was kind of stupid. The Money of the Bank match probably should have been at there. Nobody's gonna watch. Nobody's gonna watch World Collide. Midnight Express, yeah, they still, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, that's what you say. I like tag team wrestling is a scam where there's never been a tag team wrestler except even Shawn Michaels got put out of the business. He was just a tag team jobber. Kane wasted half his career doing tag teams. He's a jobber. Everybody if you wrestle tag, you're a jobber. That's why Steiner had to drop Rick, okay? Eventually they were like, Rick Steiner, you just got to not have a match tonight, okay? Cornette never got a single star over. Cornette is a tag team manager jobber, okay? You know, Bobby the Brain, he could manage a singles wrestler, but Cornette could never have a. I mean, Paul Heyman doesn't do tag teams. Are you kidding me? Could you no Paul Heyman with a tag team? That's beneath Paul. Okay. Tag team wrestling is trash. But I like watching Ole Anderson. Let's see. Let me double check it. The Anderson family. Who was Ole's older brother? Lars. Did I ever see Lars wrestle? Ole, Arn, Rick, Rip, Hawk. Anybody that Ole says he is good enough to be on his team is a good, but I'm there to watch Ole, okay? And then I could watch the Hammer Valentine, and Hammer didn't pick a bad tag team partner. You know, you're there to watch Hammer. Jim the Anvil Neidhart was a semi-successful singles wrestler. But all the, you know, Bret Hart doesn't work. You know, he got out of the tag team in just the right time. Yeah. There were too many tag main events in 1999, maybe 2000. When Russo was in WCW, he couldn't get two guys in a. He'd have like Steiner and Nash versus Hall and Hogan on a Monday night. Dynamite Kid was awesome, but not as a tag team. The Bulldogs on paper sound nice, but who did the Bulldogs actually ever wrestle? Dynamite is known as a singles wrestler. Even Bulldog spent a lot of time as a single. But anytime you see Bulldog in a tag, it's like, who gives a shit? Like, oh, whoa. I hope. A truly great tag team would be the Impact Players. If I could be serious, I don't want to be I don't want to bring nothing to the table. I'll bring Lance Storm and Just Incredible as my guys. Take whoever you want. We get a kendo. We get the full loadout kendo stick. You can beat your Road Warriors, but they have to take the pads off during the match. The kendo stick is during the match, okay? You can have your Mick Foley with your fake barbed wire. The kendo stick is real. You gotta bow the Lord. I'm chilling till the phone dies. I'm at 27 minutes. Minutes for anybody to show up, and there's a 30% on the battery. I'll probably sleep through the first, second, and third quarter, and I'll be awake on the fourth. I ain't trying to stay up all day. Fuck. The only way I'm staying up is if I keep putting shit in my... I could be eating food, or smoke it, or vape it, and I don't want to consume everything in one day. I was watching videos from 1901, Small Flex. I was watching that 124-year-old videos today. Watching Mario Kart. It's the life. It's the life of watching LA riots. I want to see more about that plane crash with 20 people on it in Nashville. Did you hear about that? I'm gonna Google. Ten minutes ago, 4 hospitalized after. And I found a new news channel I don't have already. Who is this? WSWV4 Nashville. What kind of channel is this? Channel 4 Nashville. I'm adding that to my list. Let's listen to the report from the lady.
Hospital 3 by helicopter. There are no reported deaths as of now. First responders treated other minor injuries at the scene of the crash on Old Shelbyville Road. No one was injured on the ground and no buildings were damaged in the crash. A spokesperson for the city of Tullahoma tells me investigators from the FAA are on the way.
Tullahoma.
4 of the 20 people who were on board the skydiving plane that crashed at Tullahoma Airport this afternoon were sent to the hospital, 3 by helicopter. There are no reported deaths as of now. First responders.
Okay, so when you're ready to jump, you're usually hugging your parachute. So they're all skydivers, and they probably use their parachutes as big airbags when they hit the ground. Because there's 20. They say there's 20 skydivers in a plane that's crashing, dude, you know somebody was recording that. They just get distribution rights. Don't give that video from inside the plane away free. Everybody wants to. Do the first responders complain? He's recording me. So like, when they're pulling you out the body, when they're pulling your body out the plane and you have your phone up and you're recording, they get all mad. That's how fucked up people are. You could be dying and recording and they're gonna yell at you like, they're not gonna be like, whoa, I get to be a cameo. You should realize that you're on set, his set, okay? It's not just your life. I mean, the camera's not gonna, blow you away unless, unless you're robbing people's wallets while you pull them out the plane. That happens. I mean, if you're a first responder, there's going to be loose change somewhere. The money comes out of their pockets, empty them pockets, So you end up watching Mario Kart, and you really can't. I flip through the different streamers so quickly. What playing the game versus the computer is like free roam. I like the feature where you can see the live camera of your opponent as they pass you. Like, I mean, you need to have the camera setup. Sounds complicated. I mean, it's an added layer of complexity where you're it's complex. I don't know. The way you need at least two cameras, one for you. Then they both have. Are they for different purposes? Do you have your OBS camera and the switch cam, the switch broadcasting that sends your image to the other people is a different. Usually your camera will deny multiple apps the access, like you need the PCI bandwidth to split the camera signal. But that's for one cam. This is a current generation. In the future, I expect that built-in webcam on my next laptop, because I've never had a laptop. So when I buy a laptop, I expect to have a camera. It's that simple. I'm not gonna plug in shit. Maybe. subs gonna be 14. Why is my subs going down? Let's look at the true sub counter. 1519 is what it says. Just be accurate, man. Come on now. Real time. About for my view count. 43 at the 36-minute mark with 21. %, battery warning. I'm doing a Steve Young search. Actually, every day.
Steve Young was born on October 11th, 1961, in Salt Lake City, Utah, into a family deeply rooted in tradition, leadership, and faith. His lineage traced directly back to Brigham Young, the second president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and the namesake of Brigham Young University. Growing up in a household of discipline and quiet confidence, Young was raised on values of hard work, humility, and perseverance. From an early age, he showed a relentless drive to compete. Whether it was football, baseball, or basketball, Steve never backed down. He didn't have the strongest arm or the smoothest mechanics, but he had something no coach could teach: heart. At Greenwich High School in Connecticut, Young was a standout athlete. As quarterback of the football team, he ran the option offense and rarely threw the ball. But what he lacked in passing reps, he made up for in grit and mobility. He rushed for over 1,900 yards and led his team deep into the state playoffs. Still, he wasn't heavily recruited as a passer. Many colleges didn't see a future NFL quarterback. They saw a run-first athlete in a pass-first world. But one school gave him a shot: Brigham Young University. When Young arrived at BYU in 1980, he was 7th on the quarterback depth chart. The team was known for its prolific aerial attack under head coach Lavelle Edwards, and Young didn't exactly fit the mold. He struggled with accuracy and timing. He wasn't a pure pocket passer, but he was relentless. He studied film like an obsession, worked tirelessly on his footwork, and improved his throwing motion. Eventually, he climbed the depth chart, and by his junior year, he was the starter. Under Edwards' guidance, Young blossomed. In his senior year, he completed over 71% of his passes, threw for more than 3,900 yards, rushed for 707, and accounted for 42 total touchdowns. He led BYU to an 11-1 record and won the Davey O'Brien Award as the nation's top quarterback. He finished second in the Heisman Trophy voting and left college with 18 NCAA records. But despite his meteoric rise, NFL teams weren't entirely sold. His unorthodox style, left-handed release, and scrambling nature made scouts wary. And so when the USFL, the upstart rival to the NFL, came calling with a massive contract, Young accepted. He signed a $40 million deal with the Los Angeles Express in 1984, an unprecedented sum at the time. The USFL was chaotic. Teams folded, attendance was shaky, and infrastructure was weak. Young played behind a porous offensive line and often spent games running for his life. Still, he flashed his brilliance, showing pinpoint accuracy on the move, fearless decision-making, and leadership. After just 2 seasons, the league collapsed. Young's rights were transferred to the NFL, and he was signed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that, at the time, was the league's basement dweller. In Tampa Bay, Young struggled. He started 19 games over 2 seasons and won only 3. The Bucs were dysfunctional, the roster was thin, and coaching staff was in constant flux. Young was sacked repeatedly, criticized by the media, and doubted by fans. His confidence wavered. Many believed his career was finished before it had even begun. But fate had other plans. In 1987, the San Francisco 49ers made a move that would change Young's life. Head coach Bill Walsh, the architect of the West Coast offense, saw something in the left-handed quarterback that others had missed. The 49ers traded a 2nd and 4th round pick to acquire Young and brought him in to back up Joe Montana, the face of the franchise and a 4-time Super Bowl champion. It was a bold move, and not everyone was happy about it. But Young saw it as an opportunity to learn. For the next several years, Young played sparingly, stepping in when Montana was injured and delivering highlight reel performances. He used every practice rep, every meeting, every film session to sharpen his game. He studied Montana's timing, Walsh's philosophies, and the nuances of the system. But while his talents were undeniable, fans remained loyal to Montana. When Montana returned healthy in 1992, a quarterback controversy ignited. Eventually, the team made its decision. Montana was traded to the Kansas City Chiefs, and at last, the 49ers became Steve Young's team. The pressure was suffocating. Replacing a legend is never easy. Every pass Young threw was compared to Montana. Every loss blamed on not having Joe. But Young never flinched. In 1992, his
I met Steve Young right after Super Bowl 29 and told him you will never win another Super Bowl. I said other unsavory things. I think I said it. I damn the 49ers.
With expectations on his shoulders, Young delivered one of the greatest performances in Super Bowl history. He threw for 325 yards and a record 6 touchdowns.
I damn you, Steve Young. You will never win again.
The 49ers had won 49-26. Young raised the Lombardi Trophy and exclaimed, "Can somebody get this monkey off my back?" The critics were silenced. Steve Young was a champion. He was named Super Bowl MVP and cemented his place among the game's elite. Over the next few years, Young continued to dominate. He led the league in passer rating for 4
monkey on
consecutive
my
seasons and
back
selected
I
to
have
the Pro
to
Bowl 7
carry.
times. His ability to throw with precision and run with purpose made him one of the most dangerous dual-threat quarterbacks in history. He rushed for 4,239 yards and 43 touchdowns in his
30
career.
years, my curse.
But Young's career was also defined by pain. He suffered
I claim. I forgot about it when Colin Kaepernick was here. I wanted Colin to win, but I think Young screwed him.
multiple concussions, broken ribs, knee injuries, and countless hits. He played fearlessly, often extending plays and taking on defenders headfirst. But the toll added up. In 1999, after a final concussion that left him disoriented for days, doctors advised him to retire. He was 38 years old, and though his time as a full-time starter had been brief, the impact he made was immense.
Rip his
He retired
helmet
with
off.
33,124 passing yards, 232 touchdown passes, and a career passer rating of 96.8, the highest in NFL history at that time. He won 2 MVP awards, 1 Super Bowl, and left the game as one of the most efficient quarterbacks to ever step on the field. In 2005, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Beyond football, Young's life was equally impressive. He earned a law degree from BYU, became a respected
Would you rather
broadcaster
be,
at ESPN, and founded
I mean,
HTTC.
honestly, Steve Young, would you rather be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame or would you rather be in Madden 2001? Because Steve Young wasn't even on the PlayStation 2. Them Steve Young fans, they got the PlayStation 1. They're talking about the Cowboys have a Super Bowl on a VHS tape. No, that's not the standard. No, the standard is Steve Young never made it to the PlayStation 2.
Successful private equity firm. He launched the Forever Young Foundation, which supports children with serious health challenges and educational needs. Through it all, he remained grounded.
He wasn't
humble, and
worth
committed
it.
to
You know
service.
what?
Stadium's journey.
You know why? Because he wasn't worth it. Nobody would pay him. He thinks he's fucking special. He wants to have that Michael Jordan. Oh, I'm in the game. You have to give me $30 million. You could put Brett Favre on the cover for free. That's why Favre is probably so popular.
Wasn't smooth. It wasn't filled with early accolades or overnight success. It was a story of perseverance, of being doubted, benched, traded, and booed, only to rise and become one of the greatest quarterbacks the game has ever known. He played with a chip on his shoulder, a fire in his gut, and a love for football that never wavered. His style changed the game. He wasn't just a passer. He was a creator, a playmaker, a tactician, and a warrior. His legacy paved the way for the modern mobile quarterback. Without Steve Young, there's no Michael Vick, no Russell Wilson, no Josh Allen. He made it okay to be different, to win with your legs and your brain.
But he's not a
Today,
cheat
fans
code
remember
in
him
the
not just for his
video
records
game.
or his rings, but for how he played. Fearless, efficient, electrifying. He gave every ounce of himself to the game and left it better than he found it. That's why when the grades are discussed, Montana, Marino, Elway, Brady, Steve Young's name stands proudly among them. Not because of where he started, but because of where he finished. As a champion, as a Hall of Famer, as one of the best to ever do it.
I said enough. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe during the fourth quarter, but probably at 1 in the morning.